This is the last episode.
Bleep. Video game sounds. This is a video game fucking podcast now. We don't talk about anything but video games.
Tighten up those graphics on level 4.
Actually, I want to talk about something that's not video game related. I'm going to open up the podcast with some movie talk.
Open your hole up.
I'm going to open your open eyes. You guys heard of the movie Us?
Oh yeah, I need to see that movie.
I saw it.
I've heard good things.
I saw it. It's fine.
I've heard good things from someone who I work with who I don't like their taste in movies, but they were like really interested in it. And I'm like, oh, you like this movie then? Then I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's let's see. How do I describe this movie? It's good. It's not as good as Get Out.
I've heard it's. I asked for like vague details on it when I was talking to her. It sounds like the stuff I liked from Get Out, but more.
Which is what?
Suspense.
No, not true.
Well, not the suspense. That's the word I'm looking for. More of the. Okay, you know the parts of Get Out that were not like the horror aspect, where it was just okay, it's a normal movie, but there's something a little bit off.
Yeah.
Like just
there's
like,
a lot of that in this movie,
and that's
sure.
what I liked from Get Out the most.
The problem,
like the horror aspects of Get Out are cool, like they're well done, but it's not what made me like Get Out.
I'll say the problems I had with Us, without spoiling it, are...
It's such a funny sentence. The problems I had with Us, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, the problem I have with Us is...
You're too racist, man. We can't hang out anymore.
Yeah, I would say too many blacks.
Oh, like the Oscar winning Green Book?
Yes.
Whatever the fuck. I haven't even seen that movie.
I don't know, the black... the black...
Why do you say black into the mic like that? Like black, like you lean into the mic.
I don't know, it's funny. No, it's fine, man. Like the ending is really obvious. Whatever because you know what the premise of this movie is, right?
Nope.
Okay.
And I'm doing that on purpose.
Okay.
Because I knew too much about Get Out when I saw Get Out, and that was a bummer.
Yeah. As soon as you learn
the trailers and my brain put them together too quickly.
Got it.
And it made it not as fun.
As soon as you
Plus, everyone ruined the twist day 2 because they're assholes.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to shut up about a movie.
As soon as you learn what this movie is about, you will know the ending. And you are right. Because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I think it's this, but I have a feeling they're going to do a twist at the end. Like, no. It's exactly what you think it is. Like, exactly what you think it is.
But for me, like, because I knew how Get Out was going to go, I still enjoyed the ride a lot. Like, I think, like, one of the best things in that movie is him on the couch in front of that old-ass TV, and it goes on for way too long, and it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the best part. That's my favorite part of the movie. I'm like, you know what? He has something special when he's making movies.
Like there
and I was looking forward to more of that.
There's some weird things with Us where it's like it feels there are some just straight up mistakes. Like this is not a spoiler. This literally it's just the way they present the opening credits of the movie. This isn't obviously not a spoiler. So it starts with like a flashback scene in the 80s and then it moves to the present, right? But a lot of movies do this. However,
flash back, flash forward.
Yeah. The problem with the way they do it, they start with like shots of a TV showing like footage from a specific show that was obviously in the 80s, and then it even says like, oh yeah, that's 1986, and then it says 1986, blah blah blah, and it even mentions like Santa Cruz, like it mentions where they are, and it mentions the year, and then after that scene it cuts to 1986 Santa Cruz, like subtitled on the screen. And it's like, you just told us.
That feels like a studio thing.
Yeah, it was like just a straight up error. Like I was like, and there's a lot of that where it's just like, you're good at making movies. Why did you do that? Like, I liked the other thing. Like, do the other thing.
So it sounds like it's a lot of it. The stuff you didn't like was like, oh no, the movie was good, but then it feels like in editing or something somewhere, someone told them to put on shit that wasn't adding to it.
There is definitely a lot of that. And then also, I would say my main problem with the movie and why I don't like it that much is there's an obvious message that Jordan Peele wanted to say with this movie, but had too many ideas and ended up confusing his message. Like there's a lot of cool ideas in this movie that should have been their own movie.
They were too interesting.
Yeah, way too many cool things, and then he decided to go with the one that was too obvious. And so it was like, I wanted you to go to the other thing.
Like you thinking maybe he was like, just too ambitious?
Yeah, I think so. I
still want to see it.
I think he tried to one up himself.
Because I think even like
it shows.
I'd like to see him, even if he kind of fails, I'd like to see what overambitious for a movie from him looks like.
Yeah, it's good. No,
because like Get Out was a little odd, like it was a little off the beaten path for like most modern movies.
It felt like a first movie in a lot of ways,
but it's still like, you know, the message of it was obvious, but it was done in a really cool way.
Yes,
and it's funny.
By the way,
Get Out has like it's a modern, interesting like message to talk about, but it's done with an idea that you would say if you're like 12.
Yeah,
but done with the maturity of an actual filmmaker. It's weird that.
Well,
movie.
Here's the thing about Get Out that you have to understand, and why I like this movie. Why I like Get Out way more than When Us, and this might explain why. Because, like, for example, when you think of Get Out, people will go, "Oh yeah, that movie's about racism." No, it is not. It is. It's not. It's not about racism. It's about
yes and no.
It's about being the other.
Yes, which ties into racism.
Yeah, it ties into racism for sure.
But it's a bit of a bigger idea.
Yeah, it's a way bigger idea. It's about being the other in a society that wants to conform. Like that's what that movie is.
It's like gentrification, but also like elimination of culture on either on purpose or just due to like there's more than just that.
So there's
a lot to talk about that movie.
So
it's really
cool. Starts out. When you watch that movie, you think, oh, it's probably going to... It kind of has threads that make you think it's going to do the same thing.
Am I late to this or talk about this?
Yeah, where it's like, oh, it's about this, but it's actually about this much bigger thing. It's like, no.
How long is it?
I don't know. I can look up the runtime real quick, I guess.
Because maybe they might, like, in a weird way, they had to cut stuff out.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which is maybe why it might feel like it's lost a little bit of its threads or something like that.
It's just by the time you get to the ending and you let things sink in, you learn, okay, you figure out, like, okay, this is what the movie is trying to tell. It's not as interesting as just, if Jordan Peele was just trying to do a bigger picture thing like he did with Get Out, like a more generalized theme, I think this movie would have done better. But instead, he tried to he had a bunch of ideas and then localized on one of them, even though he showed us all of them.
Oh, okay. I kind of get what you mean now. Like he zeroed in a little too late.
Yeah.
For your tastes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
When you see the movie,
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm really curious.
It's totally worth it. I recommend anyone who likes horror movies and just likes these kinds of movies. If you've seen the trailer or even if you've seen the images, because the movie feels good to watch. Like it looks cool.
Like I love the way Get Out looks.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome shots.
I still cannot believe like the setting for Get Out is like not that interesting, but the way he shows it feels like it's from another planet.
Yeah, that's how this movie is too.
Like you're just in a rich white people house, but it's like, oh no, I'm like in hell.
Yeah.
But it's just like a boring white people house in like the middle of the forest.
Yeah, this movie does a lot of that. Where it's like there's two houses and you're like, wait, like it's two houses that should feel kind of the same and then they don't at all.
But they're like next to each other?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I need to know. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, too many details, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Go watch it.
Yeah.
I gave it like a 6 out of 10, but it's still worth it. At least in comparison to what his other movie is. Because Get Out's good. I still don't think Get Out's as good as some people say it is, but it's still good. All right, so
I'll take what I can get from mainstream horror movies, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll take what I can get. Well, I'll take what I can get from people appreciating good movies in the mainstream.
Yes.
Like that, because that stuff, well, like Her did well, but it wasn't like mainstream big.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Like the last, I think, kind of horror film that was big and good was probably It Follows. And even then, it wasn't that big.
I would say It.
It was
just straight up.
I said good horror movie.
I like It. Shut up.
It's a good movie, but it's not a good horror movie. The horror parts of it are what I hate. Everything else is solid.
Fair.
The parts that are spooky made me mad.
Got it. I know what you mean.
There was no tension. It was just, fuck you. Stop screaming at me. Get back to the part where the kids say funny swears.
Fair.
That's the parts I liked.
But with It Follows, It Follows.
Like It Follows was big, kind of in pop culture, but it wasn't giant.
No, it wasn't.
It didn't make a splash.
I don't think it was that big.
Well, it was bigger than I thought it was going to get.
I agree
but it
with
wasn't
this.
like what I wanted it to be, like the attention it deserved.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like the last one we got was like kind of It Follows, with like, oh, it's solid. It got some good attention, not a lot, but it got some. And then Get Out fucking blew up, and I was like, cool.
I would say all of the
Happy Death Day, was that your favorite big horror movie?
Yes. No, Happy Death Day 2, which I haven't seen yet.
I hate that it's called that.
I know.
Because it should be
Happy Death Day 2
because it should be called Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
Not Happy Birthday to. Like the pun is already there.
Yeah.
It's in the fucking song.
Yeah.
They fucking bumbled it.
I do say, did you see Happy Death Day?
I saw it at work and it was
It's fine, right?
It wasn't bad.
No, that's the thing.
It's not trash, but it's like it exists.
It's one of those movies. It's a great movie. It's a great horror movie to watch with your friends at like a sleepover or something like that.
Not paying attention at all.
Yeah. It's good. And it's one of those movies like, you know what? I had a good time.
That's a good FX movie while you're grilling a burger at 4 p.m.
It's a quality.
It's watchable.
It's fun.
It's not bad. It's just watchable.
Yeah.
And the parts that are like kind of not good are funny enough where it's like, oh, that was stupid, but I laughed at it.
Mhm.
Like, that's dumb, but whatever. Yeah. Like it's a movie.
Do you like the Blumhouse like Insidious series stuff?
I didn't like one of the Insidiouses that I saw, but I think it was like part 2. So maybe because it's like an actual story, right?
Yeah, all of those movies are set in the same universe. Like all the Annabelles, all the Insidious, the Conjurings.
Yeah, because I saw Annabelle and hated it. I saw Conjuring 1 and liked it.
Uh-huh.
And then I haven't seen the others. Because Blumhouse is mainly miss for me.
Yeah, I like Blumhouse.
But I haven't given those movies a shot yet.
Fair.
So I might like them because I liked the first Conjuring movie for what it was.
Yeah, yes, very good.
Didn't the guy who directs Aquaman like direct one of those Insidious or Conjuring or something like that?
I have no idea.
I think it might have been.
That's hilarious though.
I'm pretty sure like it was some horror director did Aquaman.
I have no idea.
And Aquaman made a fucking buttload of money.
I heard you say horror director.
Horror director.
I heard horror.
He was a porn director.
He was a porn director. You know what? Might as well for that movie. Whatever. Did you hear that they're thinking about
putting porn in theaters again?
No. I saw a rumor, and I don't know if it's true. I saw a headline, and I didn't look into it at all.
Ron Jeremy was never real.
Alex Jones is actually Ron Jeremy.
I don't like this timeline. It's bad. No,
it's that there's rumors that that Disney might reboot Star Wars.
Oh, again?
No, I mean like actually retcon stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what they should retcon? That fucking Dumbo movie. That looks atrocious.
It looks so bad.
I forgot it was coming out like soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a trailer and then I got a little mad. I was like, this kind of like ruins my day a little bit.
Yeah, it looks bad. It's very no.
Isn't it Tim Burton?
It is Tim Burton.
That looks like a nothing movie.
Yeah.
Like Tim Burton doesn't make good movies anymore.
No.
But it doesn't even have like
what was the last good Tim Burton movie?
Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
Okay. He did
didn't he
fucking the musical Cannibal Barber Boy, right?
Sweeney Todd.
Did he direct that?
Yeah.
That's not I mean like traditional movie, like it's his last one.
I like that movie.
I like it, but it's
I'm gonna look up Tim Burton films.
Because like he did that fucking atrocious Alice in Wonderland movie.
Yes.
Did you see it?
I did. I saw the first one.
That is a train wreck from second one. That movie's atrocious. It's the definition of missing the point.
Yes.
That whole movie is you missed the point entirely.
It's
of why this movie was the book and the movie are so interesting.
Did you like Corpse Bride?
I like Corpse Bride more than most people.
Yeah.
But when did that come out?
2005.
You know what? Then for me, that's his last good movie.
Did you like Beetlejuice?
No.
Really?
Wait, did he make a new one or did he make original Beetlejuice?
That's the original Beetlejuice.
When no?
That was 88. I'm just
what are you talking about? Like, did they remake Beetlejuice? Because if so, then I didn't see it and it sucks.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd, which I really like a lot.
I like Sweeney Todd's music more than the movie part.
It's 2007.
But yeah, Corpse Bride is like I think it's his last like truly good.
What about Frankenweenie?
No, that doesn't count because the short is way before the movie. Okay. And the movie is not that good.
Okay.
The short is cool. Not the actual theatrical movie.
Oh, he didn't do Coraline. I thought he did.
Nope, that's Studio Leica.
God, we've had this conversation before.
A billion times.
Yeah, I know.
As the one of 10 fans in 1,000 miles who love Studio Leica and watches all their movies.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to see their newest one, Missing Link.
Okay.
Because their movies don't make enough money, so I will pay to go see it in theaters day one because they need it. Everyone who likes animation, please do.
Oh, I know which movie this is. That doesn't look good though.
I like it. Well, I like all the movies that I don't like from them. I'm like, at least they look like Box Trolls is not as good as I remember it being, but it looks visually nice.
I remember Box Trolls. Did not like that movie at all.
Because fucking Kubo was so good and nobody wanted to go see it.
I didn't see it.
Fuck all of you for not seeing it.
I did not see it.
Fuck all of you.
That's great.
You didn't see Isle of Dogs? Fuck you. That movie was also good.
I haven't seen Isle of Dogs yet either.
It's probably like on a streaming thing now.
It's on Hulu. I need to watch it.
It's been over a year.
Yeah. All right, let's talk
about... It's got an old pug in it that's like an old lady. Watches TV all day.
Let's talk about...
Fucking good.
Let's talk about some video game shit.
They speak Japanese in it, and there's a girl with a blonde afro.
Speaking of Nintendo, cool. Cuphead's coming to fucking the Switch, boys.
He's coming, and he's fucking that Switch.
Yeah.
With Mugman watching at the side.
The time is coming, so will he. So,
it's still a wild announcement that it's like, oh no, it's next month, right? Like April 20 something?
14th or something, or 22nd? 14th? 17th?
And people are already playing it, which I'm very jealous of.
Cuphead, Switch release date. Let me see. Yeah, I know. I'm super fucking jelly. I've been saying for
You could have played it a long time ago, motherfucker. You just chose not to. You have a PC.
I like how I type in Cuphead Switch release date and the giant bold letters is September 29th, 2017.
Because that game was
Fuck
like,
you, Google.
Hey, this game is a fake game. It will never come out.
We'll have Xbox Live support.
Yeah, which is
April 18th.
Interesting. That might have been where all those rumors came from.
I think so.
It might have been just from Cuphead.
Well, I think this is...
Or like as the first one to do it.
Yeah, I think this is Microsoft dipping their toes in what it would mean to put the Microsoft stuff on other consoles.
So it's fucked up, but the thing I really want to know for this Xbox like live integration with this game, it's a dumb thing, but I care. Do you earn Xbox achievements on the Switch version?
I heard yes.
That matters to me, and that's shitty to most people in 2019, but I care about trophies and achievements.
On top of that, Microsoft announced that Cuphead on Switch will support Xbox Live, allowing you to unlock achievements when you play the game on Nintendo's console.
So this means for sure I'm going to hurt myself and S rank this game.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, but also have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't, but I will play.
Well, a lot of people didn't beat Cuphead.
Yeah.
And that's not like people are bad. It's like, no, I kind of get why. If you've looked at Cuphead for like a second, you're like, oh, I get it.
I saw an awesome picture that someone did on a Facebook group called Switch Posting, which is the shit posting for Switch stuff. It's real fun.
That's clever enough.
It's pretty fun. And it was literally it was a picture someone made of just like, finally the trifecta of Dark Souls games are on the Switch.
Was it Crash Bandicoot?
It was Crash Bandicoot, Cuphead, and Dark Souls.
Yeah. It's fucked up. Like, sure, those games are a bit harder than I remember them being. That's mainly because like
Crash.
Yeah, that's mainly because like the games do physically feel different.
Yeah,
it's a brand new engine.
Yeah.
They're not that hard.
No,
I'm not a god of a gamer. But those games are not that okay.
They're difficult games, but they're not
getting 100% like the platinum relics.
That is very difficult.
But those are meant for like people who really give a shit. Those are hard because they're supposed to be. The games are not that hard.
They're difficult.
They're challenging, but they're not.
No,
they're not Dark Souls 1 even. Even then, Dark Souls 1, that game has some bullshit in it. Like some it's a little unfair, but it's just be patient.
Like here's the thing. There's no strategy in Crash.
It's just reflexes
and
memorization. It's Mega Man.
Well, but it's also
a platformer.
Yeah, it's knowing where to jump because Crash.
And plus, like Crash is like a static game. There's not like it's not random the way the enemies move. It's just they move a certain way every single time.
Yeah,
just stop and look.
Yeah. The hardest thing about Crash is getting the jumps because Crash's jump arcs are fucking weird.
And it's a little different on the remake. They fixed it and they patched it with like the PS4 and Xbox One versions, and then they fixed it a little bit again afterwards for the Switch. But it's still like it's not.
Just learn where to jump.
Like Crash 1 is the hardest because it has the most bullshit for levels.
Yeah, but even then it's like
it's not super unfair.
No.
Plus these
it's fixed because
these new versions let you save anywhere. Thank God.
Yeah. So it's fun.
But yeah, Cuphead might be the hardest out of all these three games, honestly. From a pure like reflex perspective.
I haven't played Dark Souls, so I don't know. But
Dark Souls isn't as fast, generally.
You're right, yeah.
So like in terms of like pure reflex skill, it is the hardest one. Because they bullet hell.
Yes.
That requires you to jump in the bullet hell.
It's a platforming bullet hell.
2D bullet hells are fucked up. They don't make them anymore because they're fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I can finally touch this game.
Yeah, I'm super hyped.
Because I need that music in my life.
I need that music and art style.
Yeah.
Which is like what this game is.
I've been a fan of that stuff since I was literally probably 2 years old.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
It's real good. I love it.
And most of it for me has not been spoiled. I'm very happy.
I've seen pretty much the entirety of the first 2 levels, including bosses, and I've seen some random bosses here and there.
Like I know the structure of the game, like how it's islands, it's like a pseudo world map, but not really.
Yeah, I've seen the overworld little map thing.
But whatever. The levels and bosses and music, I have not seen most of it.
I have not seen the music. The music is all new to me.
Most stuff I've seen is like from trailers, or from when I was watching behind the scenes footage that I could grab before the game was even confirmed to ever come out. Like, I saw animation cells. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, also they announced with this version, it's going to come with you can play as Mugman, which actually is a big deal because you can only play as Mugman if you're a player 2.
Yeah.
Or using a fucked up glitch.
Does Mugman have anything different?
No, he's just a different character.
He's Luigi.
He has different animations.
He's original Luigi.
He's Luigi, but he has mechanics of Luigi from Mario 1.
Yes.
But animations that he got from other games. Like he just looks different.
Okay.
You know why Mugman is better than Cuphead?
Huh.
He drinks out of his own head.
He
sucks the straw out of his own head.
Cool.
That's like one of his weird things that everyone wants to play Mugman for.
Cool.
They're adding in a couple new. I think they're adding like a couple more like level tweaks and balance stuff. But the thing that I really care about, they're adding in more cutscenes.
Yeah.
Which, as someone who hasn't played the original, they're just going to be there for me. So it's going to be even better first time experience.
Now, as someone who slightly, if you know anything about animation, this is a loss for them.
Yeah, like they're sure they're going to make money on the Switch version for sure when it comes out.
Yeah.
But they're taking just money that they made just to do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to drive up that much. Honestly, people don't give a shit that much about new anime cutscenes.
Yeah.
So it won't sell that many extra more copies.
No one's
doing it because they want to.
Yeah, no one's buying this version of Cuphead for the extra cutscenes. They're buying it to have it on the
I believe
Switch.
they're going to add that stuff to the Xbox and PC versions just when the Switch version comes out.
Probably.
Like as a free patch.
Yeah.
Because they're making an expansion, but that's like still we don't know when that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a paid thing. But no, they're doing it because they want to.
Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it makes me really happy that this game did so well.
I'm so happy.
You know it did well because you see merch for it in like a Hot Topic.
Yes.
It is everywhere. And like I see kids on this, like just having the plushies or like the backpacks.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
It makes me happy to see like that style of anything get big.
Yeah, this is an awesome game that deserves it because it's been worked on for 17,000 years.
Yeah, they sold their homes.
They sold their homes to make this game, and then Microsoft is like, we'll save your life.
Something here.
We'll save your life.
And we need video games on our platform.
We will literally save your life.
Yeah.
Because these people would have died without them.
Yeah. They showed off a lot of other cool indie games, but I kind of don't want, like they're porting Nuclear Throne. That's a really sweet game. Super Crate Box is really dope. But the really other big thing that is like the big surprise is that the makers of Crypt of the Necrodancer are making a Zelda Crypt of the Necrodancer game.
Yeah, well,
that's fucking crazy.
Well, it's an expansion to their Crypt of the Necrodancer game,
but it's also like its own game.
Yeah, it's
called Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, it's a licensed DLC, which is fucking that idea.
It's wild.
Is hilarious to me.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck kind of future are we in? Where Nintendo's just like, yeah, we'll
like this is a lot
DLC.
More than putting the Breath of the Wild tunic and shield and sword in Skyrim.
No, yeah, this is way more than that.
Pretty much a whole ass game.
Yeah, but it's in the style still of Crypt of the Necrodancer.
And it's a game that I wish I liked more.
I've never played.
It's good and it's cool, but I don't love it.
Is it a roguelike, right?
It is a roguelike game where you move and attack based on the rhythm of the song that plays.
Yeah, which sounds fascinating.
It's really cool.
But the more I look at the game, the more I'm like, I'm not going to like this game. I know I won't. I know I will not have fun playing it, which is frustrating.
It's because like, for me, it's mainly because like, roguelikes are very hard for me to like.
Yeah.
I haven't found one that I quite love.
Same.
But I know I would.
Yeah.
Like Binding of Isaac, that series is great. Mm-hmm. All of them. People who are big fans probably will be like, no, I like Plus better than what, like, you know, because they're hardcore fans. They
I've never played, but yeah.
Well, because there was Binding of Isaac, which was like the 2D one,
mm-hmm.
and then they had expansions and whatever, and then they made pretty much a pseudo sequel / remake where it was a new engine and it was all pixel style.
Yes.
And it felt a little bit different. But my thing with Isaac is like, I don't like how you move.
It doesn't look...
You're slightly too slippery.
Oh, okay.
Like you have momentum on your movement. And I don't like
weird on that kind of game.
Like it's not bad because the game is built around that you kind of slide around a little bit because the upgrades you get. Like that game was such a big fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like if you want to see everything in the most recent version of whatever Binding of Isaac is now, probably like minimum like 7,000 hours.
Jesus Christ.
To see every item at least once and then to get maybe one of every combo.
I've never played a game that long.
Because that game has hundreds of items.
Yeah.
And it's a big fucking meaty game. Which is why I think about buying it on the Switch whenever it goes on sale. And I'm like, no, because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I would. Like, I think the only roguelike game that I do like is Dead Cells, which is on the Switch, and I've been meaning to pick it up.
Yeah, I haven't played Dead Cells. I decided...
I touched it when it was in, like, early access, when it was still, like... Because it's one of those games where, like, no. Do you know how Dead Cells came out in early access?
No.
They said, okay, what we're selling you, this part of the game is finished. Like these levels are done.
Okay.
It's just if you want to play them now, they are just ready. They're not buggy. They're just done.
Mm-hmm.
But we will just add more content later.
Got it.
The parts that you are touching are not like, oh, you're a tester. No, they are just done.
Yeah.
Which is how like Darkest Dungeon did it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I touched it in early access, when my friend bought it, it was already good.
See, so I had PSA to everyone, by the way. I had a bunch of Nintendo Gold points on my Switch that I just
ran out. PSA for number one. You have those.
Yeah, first of all, you have those. Second, they expire after a year. And so I forgot that.
Is it a year from when you redeem them or just
it's a year after you redeem them, yeah. And so if you want to make the most out of it, just wait till you have a lot and then wait until you have a lot starting with the year that you got the first ones. And
or check now if they're about to expire and just spend them now or something.
I don't think there's a way to actually check when they're going to expire. I think you just have to remember.
Probably on the website.
Maybe.
Like log into like your My Nintendo on the actual website.
Yeah, on the Switch itself, I don't think there's a way to do it.
Yeah. Because it's bad UI.
So I had no idea when mine going to expire. So I decided I had like $11.90 worth of fucking points because I have too many games on the Switch. And so I decided to, but I was looking to see which kind of game I wanted to get. And I had Dead Cells in my wish list. And I also had, what's the game that I actually bought? Fucking Hyper Light Drifter.
Both great games, both very different.
I thought about doing Dead Cells, but then the more I looked into that game and more I looked at like what this game actually is, I don't think I like that game.
Like its flow might not be. Like that game, I don't think you would enjoy its flow of like its combat and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the fact that like, you're barely invincible, you have to learn how to, like it's more reflex 2D combat that's melee based. I don't think you would like.
It's not even that. I think it's just like the actual loop of what that game is.
Like it's one of the, it's like my favorite roguelike loop, but I don't think you would, I don't think you would enjoy it.
No.
I think you much more enjoy, like,
however,
the game is made.
Yes.
And you play it.
Yes. I like, at this point.
Much more than me, for sure.
Well, at this point in my life, because that's not how I was always, but now I just want, if I want to play a game like this, I want to play a game to just enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah, like you enjoy open world games a lot less than me.
Yeah, now I do.
Which is why you love Breath of the Wild so much, because it was like, oh, this is exactly what you want.
Yes.
Whereas, no, there is a path, but you just make it.
Yeah.
It was one of those games. It was like, no, you just do it.
Kind of perfect at that.
Well, that's why it's such a well-made game.
Yeah, it's one of the best games.
It made people who don't like open world games like them again.
Yes.
And people who are sick of them like them again, like me.
Yeah.
That's why that game is like, holy shit.
But Hyper Light Drifter is fun. It's fucking hard as shit.
Isn't that music godlike though?
Oh, it's so Hyper Light Drifter.
It's Disaster Piece, right? Isn't it him? He worked on that?
Don't know if it's Disaster Piece actually. Let me look real quick. You know what? If it does, that makes sense. I can't spell. Hyper Light Drifter music. Let me see. It was done by it was a Disaster Piece.
Who was it?
So Disaster Piece.
It was, okay.
So that makes sense because
it's godlike.
Well, okay, so one of my favorite games fucking ever is one of my favorite indie games ever is Fez.
Yeah.
I like Fez a lot. I don't like I understand
Phil Fish.
I understand how that game was made, and I don't like that.
You watched Indie Game the movie and then looked at him throw a temper tantrum and delete Fez 2 on his laptop or whatever he's making it on and go fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Which game industry kind of sucks to be in. I get it.
Yeah.
He was an asshole, but I get it.
Yeah.
He left of his own accord. Sure.
Yes.
Now he just does other shit now.
Yeah. So Fez, the presentation of Fez is what got
super
me.
unique.
It's super unique.
No,
and
then never will be done in that way again.
No, the world,
because it involved a man killing himself for years.
The world of that game and the way it presents to you, like Fez. I mean, the way Fez presents the world to you is fucking perfect. It's perfect. It's one of those games where it's like you don't have to learn about it. Like you don't have to get into reading the Tetramino language and stuff like that. But man,
that's what stopped me.
It enhances so much of the game to look into what this world is and how the things are there and why they're there and why you're here. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a fantastic game.
See, if you love how that game does its world, you would love the new Yoshi game.
No.
Because it's all about flipping from 3D to 2D in and out of the backgrounds.
No,
that should be your favorite game of all time.
That's not why I like Fez.
That's why you love. That's why you should love the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze game, because you go in the background.
So funny.
Isn't that what people like Fez?
Yeah, no. The reason
people have said that before, and I'm like, did you ever look at Fez?
Yeah,
like how that game, like whatever you feel about that game is not how that game got popular.
That like gimmick of just like flipping the world.
Well, the thing you always show people is like when you're platforming on a pillar.
Yeah.
That you're spinning around.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Super rare to see.
Yeah. It's cool. It's unique. That's not why Fez is good.
No, it's a bunch of other things.
Yeah. It's literally
not what
everything
I like,
else.
but it's a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful little combo.
Yeah. And Hyper Light. So that feeling of that game was I love so much. So Hyper Light. I haven't had a feeling like that specific feeling.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you're talking about it, that does kind of remind me of that.
Since Fez. However, Hyper Light Drifter got me. And when it got me specifically was
that sick ass intro?
What, when you're
like the opening cinematic of that game?
That was really good. No. What got me was after that, when you're actually playing and you're walking through and you're like in like kind of a, you're in kind of a forest
first area.
Yeah. And you see a little cliff side and you're like, wait, everything else of this cliff is like flat, but one of the parts comes off like a little thing. What happens if I just walk to it? Mm-hmm. And you walk over there and your character just sits down and the camera pans over a little bit to see in the middle of the screen in the fucking far background is a town.
Yeah.
And this game, oh my God, that feeling with the music and everything.
Dude, Lewis, the game has tons of that.
Yeah, I know.
There are just like, oh no, you can miss this part of the game if you didn't solve this puzzle.
Yeah, I know.
The game is full of that. I'm glad you didn't know about that until you found it for yourself. Because I was like, if you asked me for it, I would tell you first, the game has that in it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
There's not a lot of it, but it is there.
Yeah. And so...
And that moment, a lot of people blew their fucking minds.
Dude, because...
Yeah, that game has that kind of charm.
I was there with Isaiah, and he was like, why are you freaking out so much about this part? I was like, dude, this is genius game design, because it leads
you to it, but you can miss it if you don't
It's telling you exactly what this game is. It's... Look through without saying a single word. There are no dialogue in this game at all.
There's like a story to that world.
The story, and there's zero dialogue.
Yeah.
It's telling you like, hey, this world... The point of this game is to explore. If you see something weird, check it out, because we will reward you for it. Also, for this specific part, if you go here, you see this town. That's where you have to go. The fact that the camera pans over slightly to see it in the middle of the screen is like, oh, I have to go there. And the fact that you sat down and do it, it's like, oh, this is... You kind of learn the personality of the character that you're playing. You learn the personality of the world.
Learn about the drifter.
It's just like... That one scene had so much information in like the first 5 seconds.
10 minutes of the game. It's like you see a cool cutscene, you just kind of play a little bit, and then you just understand this world is bigger than you thought it was.
Yes. It's like
there's a lot going on in that game.
This is the kind, like that shit. I was like, oh my God, I haven't felt like this since I played Fez.
Yeah.
Where it's just so good at just it's one of those games also that's like for example, when I got to the town and got to a store for the first time, the game assumed that the player is smart and has played video games before. Yeah. So you go there and you see a town, and above the door is just like a picture of a sword. You're like, oh, this is probably where I buy weapon shit. So I go there and I talk to the guy, and it shows pictures of like a sword, and then it shows like a little animation of what would happen if you got this upgrade. And it doesn't really tell you how to buy it. It just says press A or press B to leave. And you press A and it like errors, and you're like, why is it erroring? Oh, I must not have enough money. But where does the money? And then you see like next to it, there's like these 3 little squares. And then on the bottom, you see like holes that have where there would be squares, and you have none. And so you there, without even telling you don't have enough funds, you just assume, because you've played video game before, oh, these squares, these yellow squares are currency. I have to go through the world, look for yellow squares, and then I can buy this. It's so much information without telling you anything. Because I played a video game before. This game's assuming that I played a video game before.
Also, you understand what shapes are.
Yeah, exactly. Like this.
You could understand that if you'd never played a game before.
Huh?
Like you could figure like that part out on its own if you just observe and you look.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to figure it out too. But I'm just saying, like this game assumes that the player is intelligent.
Yeah, whether they played games like this or not.
Yeah,
it's just it's like no, you can figure this out. You're not a dum-dum.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's and I can get onto like the combat itself and then like all that stuff.
It's real satisfying.
Just the way
that demo, when I played it way back in the day, it's already satisfying in that old demo.
Yeah, just the way the game presents itself alone is fucking genius.
Guys, that game was like sold on a GIF.
Yeah.
Alone. And they announced a new game recently, and I'm looking forward to whatever the fuck that's going to be.
God, I need more games like this in my goddamn life. The problem is,
luckily they announced a new one, so they will be making one maybe soon.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like these kind of games is good for me to play every like 5 years because it's so like I need to take it all in, experience it, and love it, and then just like reminisce on it for a couple years, and then go into a new one. Because if I were to play these kind of games back to back, I'd kind of get burnt out.
Actually,
like,
I'm not even sure if like their next game is going to be like this. Like it's going to play the same. I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure they know they can't strike lightning twice.
Yeah.
Because they made a good game once. They probably understand that you can't make this exact same game again.
Division 2 is fun, and anyways, that's what I'm playing right now. Is Hyper Light Drifter and Division 2. That's what I'm until Cuphead comes out, and then I'll be playing Cuphead. All right, let's talk about fucking. Speaking of Switch, back to more Switch stuff. There are some rumors. We never talk about rumors on this podcast.
Never, ever.
Well, I mean, I literally just did earlier in this podcast, but whatever. We try not to talk about rumors in this podcast until there's some sort of concrete evidence. Because why would we? Because they're rumors. However, this one has been going around for like a year now, and it's starting to feel more and more concrete, and I don't like it because I don't want this. There's rumors about new Switch models coming out.
Which comes from a report from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, like that's what got me, because I was like, okay, because I keep seeing rumors from game companies and tech companies.
The people inside, like we've heard about someone getting a test kit for a model of Switch that people haven't seen before.
Yeah, and stuff like that. It's like it's too inside to feel real right now. The fact that it's from the Wall Street Journal of all places means that like, oh,
someone who's closer than you usually used to has some reliable info.
Yes, it's outside of gaming. So it's like, okay, now it's starting to reach to the real world where it might be real.
And what they talk about makes sense because it's going to be 2 different models. One targeted towards, I believe they reported as avid gamers, So it'd be like a higher end model, like no solid details of like, cleaner screen or like
No.
the resolution on it or whatever. But I would assume because of the Switch, like the screen handheld runs at 720, correct?
Yes, it is a 720p.
So I'd assume they would probably like try to get at least to a 1080p.
Mm-hmm. Or
probably
900p.
try to target getting solid 30 FPS on more games on handhelds.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably just better processing. Hopefully, the biggest thing I'm assuming most people would care about would be a better battery life.
Yeah, the biggest things would probably be like a bigger screen because the problem with the Switch right now is like the bezels are fucking huge.
Yeah,
for
real
like,
big on that thing.
For a device, an electronic device with a screen to come out when did that come out? 2017.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, for it to come out in 2017 with bezels that big,
like it makes sense because when it was being developed, bezels were still more popular.
Yeah, now
they were phones that came out in 2017 were already really slimming them down.
Yeah, it's like you can make panels. You don't have to have those bezels anymore.
Yeah.
Those are just I don't know.
Which is why a version that would have cleaner, less bezel on the screen would make sense coming out this year.
Yep.
Because they learned, they have better technology, they had time to engineer this one. The other one, the reason that I'm more convinced that this rumor could be real is that the cheaper end one is one of the reports that the reason it'll be cheaper is that it will strip back HD rumble in the Joy-Cons. That makes way more sense because the 2DS exists.
Yeah.
And sold well.
Yeah.
And they still advertise, like when they advertise 3DS games, they go play it on Nintendo 2DS. Like that's the one they recommend people buy because it's the one.
Yeah.
Because it's affordable, it's cheaper.
And the 2DS XL, which is kind of even better
it's
in a lot of ways.
Because it's like they realized 3DS, people don't give a shit about the 3D part because they didn't. And it wasn't that good on most games. And HD rumble, doesn't really matter too much on most games.
I've been playing a lot of games with my Fate GameCube controller that has 0 vibrations in it at all.
And you kind of forget about it.
I do.
Like rumble is neat.
Well, also
sometimes in some
I play
games
on PC. Like I don't fucking.
Yeah, you're not used to rumble anyways.
No. So
like, you're not used to like
it's nice
you're not used to the
there.
massager that the 360 controller was.
No, I
that
forgot.
thing was insanity.
Yeah, I forgot. I played a lot of 360
like I played
games.
Borderlands 1 the first time ever on a 360 controller.
Same.
You shoot a machine gun,
and it feels like you're shooting a machine gun.
It's just like you're putting your hand under a massage chair.
Yeah,
like in the like it's so fucking much.
Yeah, but what I like the HD rumble is not a gimmick. It's cool.
It's novelty. Like there's more to it.
Yeah. There's a
I won't miss it.
No.
If I couldn't afford a Switch and wanted a cheaper model, which a lot of people still want a Switch, they can't quite afford it. I'd settle for that.
Well, also the rumor that it's supposed to be like a smaller thing. It's not gonna. The Joy-Cons would just be attached, like you can't remove them or anything.
Yeah. Like a 2DS where it's like you can't fold it, but it's just there.
Yeah, a more portable version of it.
And a lot of people, the meme still going on of like, it's on Switch. I want to play it on a Switch.
Yeah.
Because I want to play all my stuff portably.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense to me. And they've already sold like a model that doesn't come with anything. It's just the tablet.
Yeah.
In Japan before.
In Japan.
And it coming out 2 years after, I think is not unreasonable.
Well,
I don't think it'll be like a PS4 Pro equivalent where it'll jump up that. I think it'll be like at best maybe under a PS4. It'd be under the specs of like an Xbox One original.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think it would get to that.
No.
But still like the Switch would be a decent enough upgrade for some people.
I think they can what they can do, I think, is to beef up the GPU probably. I don't know if they need to beef up the CPU too much because I don't think that's what's bottlenecking the Switch. Or I don't think I think it's mostly just graphics. I think it's mostly just the graphics processing
not being able to
unit.
handle to process the correct. Well, look at Doom.
Yeah.
That was because people worked miracles, not because the GPU in that thing could handle it.
No, the CPU I think is fine. I think if they would do a revised avid gamers model, they would probably just do that. Because how much RAM is on the Switch? I don't even know.
I forget.
Let me see.
Like the original.
Let me see. Nintendo.
Like Nintendo Switch like specs.
Yeah.
Because those have been out there since it leaked.
Here you go. This versus Xbox One, but whatever. I don't care. Nintendo Switch is CPU. Fucking get out of here. Oh my god, I have to turn off ad blocker because digitaltrends.com is a piece of shit. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I have to refresh page. There you go. Okay, CPU is NVIDIA custom Tegra processor. We don't know what it is.
Because it's a custom for consoles.
But it doesn't even say what's the specs on the processor though. Like we know that. 4 gigs of RAM.
Maybe they beef up the RAM. They probably beef up the RAM too.
Yeah, they can do 8 gigs probably.
What do you think they charge? Extra $50 on top of what the Switch already costs?
Because how much is it right now?
I think it's $300.
That sounds about right.
So what do you think they charge? $350 for a better model?
Yeah.
If there is good trade-in deals to upgrade, looks like you pay like maybe like $75 or $100 at a store to get it. Maybe I do it.
I
like you get $200 off or something. I'd think about it.
I would do it. Like it's
like,
not
I don't
even
touch my Switch a lot, but maybe in the future it might be worth investing in it because this Switch is still new. We might get games that would just be better on an enhanced console like the Switch. Like maybe the next, I don't know, maybe Mario Maker, you can hold more levels or build more on the better version or something stupid like that because it's some Nintendo move they would do.
Jeez. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Nintendo shit would
maybe Breath
benefit.
of the Wild 2 will run at 60. Oh, you know what? What am I talking about? It would make Breath of the Wild in general run better.
Yeah. Just more lock.
But how much?
Because
like with the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, some games for sure run like significantly better on that enhanced
and some don't.
Software, enhanced hardware, but some of them didn't get the work.
Yeah.
Like Bloodborne still has some frame rate issues, even on the better version of the PS4. Like the Xbox One X fixes a lot of those older games, but PS4 Pro not so much.
Yeah, well, because if you don't
it's like game to game.
If you don't optimize the game to benefit from the new hardware, then it won't do much. It'll
like every some game games on PS4 Pro, like if you have a PS4 Pro and Xbox One, like Rise of the Tomb Raider, there's a setting in the game that's like if you have an Xbox One or Xbox One X or a Pro, turn the setting on, it'll make the game run better.
Yeah.
But on games that don't have that built in because they're older games,
it'll just slightly run.
You turn like a generic boost mode, like it bumps up the FPS a little bit. Like it's not much. So unless they went in and like said, hey, we're gonna be tuning in games, or like it will for sure do this to your games. Maybe not so. Like Mario Odyssey, I don't think the game can look much better or perform much better on like slightly better specs.
No, but Breath of the Wild.
Like Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, the Wolfenstein Warframe, and Doom, because those games already had trouble running on the Switch. Like they run fine, they look okay, but they could be better for sure. Like the best way to test would be like, okay, go into the Kokiri Forest in Breath of the Wild and test like recordings.
Oh yeah,
because that game shits its pants
on Korok Forest or whatever.
Mainly like not on the platform where the sword is, but like in the grass
where you walk
around.
There, yeah,
like it shits its pants. It's like 12 FPS. It's fucking crazy bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
That'd be the best way to look at how much it works on older games.
I bet they can.
I'd really like to know like what it can do to older games.
I don't know. And this is even if it happens, man,
like it's gonna make Mario Kart 8 look better. It's not really.
My thing is like I don't want it just because I don't like.
I already bought it.
Yeah,
that's exactly. That's not what they're going for.
Well, because look,
they're going for slightly more power users than us.
And you can. I don't think so, because I will do it because I am that power, because I have a PC. Like I understand the concept of upgrades. It's a really
specific niche.
Yeah, I understand. I have a PC.
People who wanted Pros and Xbox One X's. Yeah. Who those people already had their models.
Yeah.
It's not a giant amount of people, but one that market made more sense for those consoles at the time because those consoles were already a little older.
Because here's my thing. The reason I like PC and upgrading stuff is not because like I don't go. It's like, oh, new graphics cards out every year. I have to get the new one. It's whenever I need to, I will get it.
Want to splurge. It's whenever you want to upgrade.
Yeah. And so
for the most part.
Or if it's a new, or like for example, I wanted to play the Division 2. I physically could not play I mean I could, but like I could not play the Division 2 in any reasonable way without upgrading my PC.
Or having to fuck with settings in a way that was like, this is not worth the work to play a fun video game.
And so like for example, what I'm afraid with the Switch is I can see Nintendo doing a thing where it's like, yeah, get the new one or else the other ones just won't. I have to explain why I thought that too, but I'm like, wait, no, my brain remembered something. What?
Remember the new 3DS? Yeah, you don't remember, but a lot of people don't. They made a better 3DS.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
Better screen, ran better, had an amiibo scanner on it. I believe only 2 games were locked to that fucking console, and it was the Xenoblade Chronicles game, the port, and Fire Emblem Warriors.
Okay,
nothing else needed it because they realized that was a stupid idea.
Yeah, here's the thing though,
and because that precedent exists for Nintendo.
Yeah,
I would hope they learned. And would never do that.
So locked, I get if they, I don't see them locking it. I see it more of just like, oh God, I'm playing it on an inferior, like I'm already playing it on the Switch, which is like
even on the new 3DS, like there were like maybe a game or two where they ran a little shittier.
Yeah.
Like a Pokemon Sun and Moon had like a bit worse FPS on like double battles, but those were already really bad.
Like, for example, what if Borderlands 3 comes out and it comes out on the Switch, but it's just like significantly better on the new one?
If you care that much, you already have a PC or a better running console.
But
so why would they market it that way? They would never would.
Remember, look, the argument we've had this argument so many times of just like, you already have the better console, why get it? This is a different issue at this point. This is the portability of playing it as best as you can and portable.
If you care, you would buy it.
That's what I'm saying.
Most people who have a Switch are okay. It's accepted. If you have a Switch, you understand and have settled that this thing performs worse than other SKUs out there for games.
Yes.
You've already accepted that.
Yes. Why wouldn't I
You already understand that. And if you want to be a middle upgrade, you would get this new. You would get a trade for this version of the Switch. If you don't care that much, which is most people don't care that much, then you're not bothered. A lot of people reaction to the scene of like, oh, this is neat. Well, I don't think I'll get this for like a year or two.
Yeah.
I think most people would be fine if this came out and like,
I think so too.
I don't think this is a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad. I'm just saying,
and I don't think the customers who will be that upset if they don't like. No. Oh, it runs at like 5 FPS better. For one, most people who bought the Switch are not avid gamers like me and you. They don't notice or care. They didn't notice or care about. They didn't notice or care that the Vita died.
Yeah,
like that's not. They're not us.
Well, they're the people who played the Vita or who saw the Vita and was like, oh, cool, the new PSP.
Remember, a lot of people bought the Switch as, oh, it's a portable thing. It's like. They bought it's a new portable thing that plays games.
It's like the PSP.
It's for my kids. It's like the PSP. It's like a 3DS. Sure, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Or for like a lot of people.
No, they won't say 3DS. They'll just say DS.
Excuse me, DS.
Yeah.
They won't know. You're right. It's DS. Yeah, you're right.
That's why. That's why I'm saying
for a lot
of
people like me, it's the Nintendo machine. Yes. It has some other games on it as well.
Yeah.
Most Nintendo consoles for me are their Nintendo machine.
Yes.
I buy them for Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
There are some cool games that they're locked only Nintendo. Like. I still have to go buy Wonderful 101 and play it on my Wii U because I don't think that game will ever be ported in a reasonable amount of time to the Switch. And there are a couple locked indie games that are like, oh, they're better on the Nintendo version, or like they're only on Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. But for me, as an avid gamer, Nintendo for me is just Nintendo games first on their console.
Yeah.
So I would have no reason to buy this.
Yeah, for you. Here's my thing.
And I think most people don't have a reason to, so it won't anger that many people.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
It will give people the who go, man, the Switch is a great console, because it is, but I want just to look a little bit better.
Yeah. Here's my...
or a little bit more battery life.
Here's my thing, and then we can move on.
People wanted it since hell, when we talked about it when the console came out, we've always talked about when are they going to make a version that's a little bit better.
Yes.
Not a jump, because that would be absurd.
Look.
There's a market for this for sure.
Shut up. Here's what I mean. And I think we had this conversation back when the Switch was being announced. This conversation of just like, what happens if a new one comes out? I had this exact same point where it's like, I don't want to, because I don't like the reason one of the reasons I never got a DS is because I knew how many fucking versions there were. And I know me, and my thing would be like, it's one of those things where like, I would have to get the new one. I would feel like I'd have to get the new one to enjoy the games.
The 3DS was kind of like that, but not really. It was just like a lot of different SKUs, but I kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah. So and my thing was like, I'm afraid that the Switch would fall into the same thing where like every 2 years there's a new one, and it's just like there's like 7 different Switches.
Yeah, but we won't. Me and you will not know that until if these are even true. For one, if these come out and we see how long it takes for another Switch to come out.
Yeah,
we won't know that yet.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure. I'd have to look and see how well all those versions of the 3DS family, that weird fucking family tree, sold like case by case. Like how well did the 3DS versus 3DS XL versus the 2DS versus 2DS XL versus 3DS XL all sold on their own.
Yeah.
Because I know the 2DS did very well.
Yes.
Very, very well. Because you can I think you could pick up a 2DS for like $100.
Yeah.
It sold very well. But I wonder if they looked at numbers and went, okay, these SKUs we made, sure, they sold us a lot, but it caused too much brand confusion. I'm curious internally if they think that. Maybe they'll space out these Switch ones.
Because that's what I got. Yeah. I am at this like right now.
And you're not wrong. That shit was dumb and like too much.
I think there are too many DSs.
Yeah, but that was like I think localized in the 3DS situation only.
Yeah,
like that. Like the DS kind of, because the DSi was kind of its own console.
Yeah, there's DSi, DS Lite.
The DSi was its own console, to be fair, because there was the DS Lite, done. Then the DSi, which was like pretty much a brand new console with like better online support, and then like a DSi like a bit bigger, and it was kind of done. Everything else that you remember, because to be fair, I remember correctly too, there were a billion fucking DSs, but they weren't new models. They were just new colors.
Oh, okay,
they just made a fucking billion DS colors. Like there was
this might not.
There's like 4 DSs and 5 DS Lites. I have the fucking Guitar Hero DS Lite still. Like there was like 7 DSi. Like it was just colors.
Yeah.
It was just as confusing back then, but just colors. It was worse for 3DS because it was actual different SKUs. But I don't think they want to recreate that problem because they don't want what you feel.
Yeah, because here's my thing.
I think it's coming out so soon.
Yeah,
because there has been not a lot, but there's been enough talk of people going, okay, of consumers who are avid, they understand. Like me and you, we understand. Like, hey, it's cool. The fact that it runs these games at this resolution at all, at this good of an FPS, is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we would like a better version.
Yeah,
I think there's been enough of that so soon, which is very outstanding for a console to ever get that kind of talk, that they're trying to get it out this soon. If it is this year. If it's even this year.
I will buy it, and I don't want to. I don't want to have to.
Is that what it really is? It's like you just don't want to be bothered personally?
I don't want to have to, but I feel like I have to. I would feel like I have to.
Yeah, you won't know.
With what the Switch is, yeah.
Because I don't think the way it's just a personal thing for you. You're not comfortable waiting and seeing. I am.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it.
No. Probably not.
It won't make Hyper Light Drifter run any better.
No.
The games that you're generally interested in playing on the Switch, I don't think matter yet. If ever, with a slightly better performance.
Well, it depends on the game. Like, there's so many. I play too many different types of games on the Switch because I still don't know what I want my Switch to be. Because I have so many different games. Like, I don't know which ones.
And I don't
if I look through the hours of games that I have, the most hours of games I have is like Breath of the Wild, and then like fucking Tetris, and then Mario Kart. Like and then Skyrim, like it's such varied types
a lot of people
games
who are like more avid with the Switch. It's like, what is it? It's that looks cool. Or for a lot of people I know too, it's, hey, I missed that on these consoles. I'll try it here.
Yeah,
it performs almost exactly the same, but I'll just try it here. Like it's still a strange little console.
Yeah, that's because where I'm at with the Switch is I still don't know what I want my console to be. I don't know what I want it for.
What I'm hoping for is that this performance boost thing, if it is real, like this version of the model. Is to test to see if people care or want it. And if they do, they will either try to make the next upgrade better, if ever, or they will not. I think this might be like a test of what do people actually want to buy out of the Switch brand. Because it's still its own weird little thing in the tech space.
It's very new.
Nothing like this exists and has done well.
No.
Like
a handheld.
The NVIDIA Shield is the closest one.
If that's
like a tablet,
but no
gaming console thing.
Like, zero people bought
outside
it.
of like China.
Yeah, zero people bought it.
Which, funnily enough, Nintendo has a Mario Galaxy port on it.
Oh, it does. I forgot.
Which is so fucking crazy that happened.
Yeah. All right.
Fascinating little console.
Fascinating little console.
If it does come out, I want to see them if they do announce it, I want to see them give us specs.
Let's talk about one last thing, and then
instead of giving specs, I'll probably be fucking wild.
That'd be insane.
Okay, here's a GPU we're using. Exactly. You can go look it up on like Newegg if you care. That'd be really. Maybe Doug Bowser is into building PCs.
You know what? That'd be cool.
Maybe he's busy playing like games in 4K. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna give people the specs because they care. Even though they probably don't. Someone does. It wouldn't hurt anybody.
All right, let's talk about one more thing and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Apple is making video games.
Yeah, I'm eating my own words, and I guess Apple was just hiding it for a long time.
Yeah.
They announced that they're like weird. What is their tech talk that Apple has? Apple events.
Yes.
They're also getting into the streaming space.
We were
Google.
literally just talking about this last week.
People could be Apple or
yeah. Literally, just last week, our last conversation was, what? I have a feeling, and Jesus didn't really believe me, but I was like, I have a feeling Apple will get into it
because Apple hasn't talked about it in years.
Yeah, but remember,
other than just like mobile, like developing for mobile because they're like a big market for mobile because they're only one smart devices. I'm like, I don't really know about like streaming. They don't really care.
Well, I remember saying because Apple doesn't make hardware anymore, might as well get into software. Yeah, and they are.
Who else compete with Google? And who else would want to compete with Google than Apple?
Yeah, they of course want to compete.
Who else would want to compete with Google than fucking Apple?
Yeah,
and they're getting some decently big names.
Yeah, I didn't look too much into this, so tell me what
designer Will Wrights, famous for fucking SimCity.
Yep, I remember.
Ken Wong from Monument Valley, and the weird pull, but it does make sense when I think about it. Hironobu Sakaguchi from Final Fantasy and fame. Because he has been spending some of his time recently as a developer making mobile games.
Has he been doing all those Final Fantasy fucking mobile games?
No, he's making his own stuff.
Okay, I thought all those, because there's so many fucking Final Fantasy mobile games. No, that's just
Square making money off of the mobile market in Japan. That's just Square being Square.
It's not him.
No.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, he's been doing his own kind of stuff.
Okay, so those.
Then they're like, yeah, they're putting like a game like called Lego Brawls on there. Sonic Racing is going to be on this.
Oh, cool.
But it's a new game.
Yeah,
like that's going to be on consoles and PC on this service.
The team Sonic flew out Aaron and the completionists out to Japan to play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's fucking weird.
It's
a racing game.
It's on the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel. It's fucking Ego Raptor and the completionists like talking about Sonic stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. Aaron hates Sonic. Why do you?
He hates it, but he loves it.
Yeah, well, they're playing Sonic Adventure 2, and that kind of shows his love-hate with Sonic, where it's like, Sonic Adventure 2, a lot of good memories of the game. It's not good.
Doesn't hold up. I've
always
always said that. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, not great.
Yeah, but you have memories with it, and that's why Sonic is good, because memories of it.
Well, like, Sonic 2 isn't as good as I remember it being. And Sonic 3 is still, like, the best of those three, personally. But,
the Genesis ones?
Yeah. But I don't think 3 is perfect by any means. There's some bad shit in 3.
I still hold the opinion that Sonic Mania is the greatest Sonic game.
No, I'm just talking about just those original 3.
Okay, well, Sonic Mania is the closest to...
No, people who hate 3 because that's when they redid Sonic's design.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because he feels a little bit different in that game, too.
It does.
And I kind of get it.
I like the feel.
I like it, but I get what people are like, you know what, fuck this game. 2 was better and it felt better. It's at a better level. Like, I kind of get it.
It's what's the best version of Smash thing. What feels the best?
Oh, no, Smash is way different. Smash is bananas different.
Okay.
For people who give a shit, actually, it's way different.
Okay.
Like, 64 is like a fucked up game, but people like it that way. Same with Melee, same with Brawls. Like, they're all different beasts competitively.
All right. Anyways.
And speed-wise.
So Apple video
100
games.
fucking games. They can remember a number.
Yeah.
But.
And they're all streaming stuff.
Planned to come out fall of this year, which we actually have a date for. But no hard numbers on price, on subscription fees, on nothing.
Yep.
So it's just like Google's things like, show me the money.
Yeah.
Show me you can say numbers like we have these amount of like, no, I need to know download upload speeds, I need FPS, I need resolution, I need prices, I need more.
Yes.
It's just fluff. But now I know that this exists.
Apple is doing it, and they are doing it this year.
But will this make people like, do you think this is also a somewhat of a ploy to want to get more people into Apple's like
ecosystem?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you
That's literally?
But no, I'm curious to thinking about it. Is this as strong of a ploy to get people into the ecosystem as the watch or the phone? Because I know because I've known people personally who don't use Apple shit, but they considered it and then got into it later because they like the Apple Watch so much.
Yeah, listen.
Do you think it would be enough like the watch or the phone to be like, you know what? I have a phone or the watch. Maybe this stuff is worth trying out.
You have to understand.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. Okay, so
because it's such a weird thing.
Yeah.
Of like,
this is something
Apple like gamers.
I think about this a lot. Because I am falling victim to the Apple ecosystem thing.
Because you work on a Mac.
I do work. I work on a Mac, and now I have AirPods. Yeah. And so,
and you are satisfied with both.
And so here, this is.
But does it make you want to buy an iTunes account?
I've always said this.
Put money in it, or
I've always said this. If you want to learn about Apple, watch Mark-ass Brownlee's video about the Apple ecosystem. Just type in Apple, just type in MKBHD Apple ecosystem. The fifth time
we pimped it out on this fucking podcast.
Dude, well, that video I'm saying will explain my thoughts on this. Yeah. Is the way Apple works is they will make a bunch of different things, devices, ideas, like that. They have iTunes, Apple Music, stuff that you can get on. They have stuff like this where you can get on any devices, and then they also have hardware that can work on all devices. That'll get you into the Apple ecosystem. You're just like, oh, you have AirPods. Got it. You have one thing. Well, you have AirPods. They work really well with iPhones. Yeah. And you get an iPhone.
And have you ever heard of Apple
Music?
Music?
Well, Apple Watch. Yeah, Apple Music works really well on this thing. And you just start getting into all these things. So the way this streaming service, I guarantee will work is like you can use it on anything. You can use it. This is a weird thing to think. Like you can use it on. This might not be true. I don't know.
Because for now they've just said to play across iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple TV.
So that
might
only
just
be locked
at the start.
Might be locked. I don't know. Because here's something they could do, and it would make sense: is you can use this Apple streaming service on any device, you can use it on Windows and Android. But it works. But you will lose out on 50% of features not being on an Apple
or maybe
device.
Some games you can only play on Apple. Or
I don't think it would be on a game thing.
You don't think it would do exclusivity?
It would more just be like, hey, it would be something dumb like, hey, if you want chat, you have to be on you have to do it from iMessage. And the iMessage only works on Apple devices. So you can play on your games, but you can't use our chat. And it's iMessage. You know how amazing iMessage is.
Everyone loves the emojis, right?
Well, but that's what draws you in.
That's the thing people say. They go, but the emojis.
Yeah. Well,
I know deadass have went, I got another iPhone. I couldn't afford it this time, so I got the bill thing. Why'd you do that? I like the emojis on the Apple better.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are you insane? And then I go, wait, hold on. That's literally enough for some people.
Yeah, some people. The real reason why
or a Snapchat camera. No, but it's for a lot of people.
The reason why
and I go, okay.
The true reason why iMessage wins over any other SMS thing is because it's so well integrated into
everything, right?
Into MacBooks and phones, where it's Wi-Fi text messages. If you have a laptop with you and you don't even have to have your phone on you, if you're connected to the Wi-Fi, you can text.
Doesn't Android do that with its messaging?
They now have that,
but I don't think that will catch on.
It's still a little janky
because people don't know that.
Yeah,
hey,
they don't.
I use an Android. I saw it gave me that, and I went, I don't care.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure it won't be that as good. Because I know that Apple's is the good one.
Well, you have to
even I, as a non-Apple user, I'm like, oh, Apple's a good one.
Yeah, well, because you have to.
iMessage is good at that because they built their empire.
The jank thing about the Android thing is it's because you have to use it as a because fucking Chrome OS shit.
Oh
you
God,
have to use it,
is it really?
You have to use it in a browser. You have to have a specific window. There's no app for it.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Because of the Chrome OS.
And guess what? If you have a Mac product, it's already there.
It's already there.
It just sits there.
It's already there.
And you go, oh, I already have an Apple account. I just log in, and guess what?
It's all there. It's like, wow, it's so easy. This Apple gaming thing makes sense for them because it's just another way to get into the Apple ecosystem. It's really smart.
Yeah. It's just curious that they just are not launching on anything that isn't an Apple device.
Maybe
at the start. That's like a weird. That's why I'm asking.
That's why I'm saying is like if that's true, then I don't know because that's weird. If they're only doing it on Apple devices, then I have no reason. That's a mistake on their part, I think, because I think there's too much competition in this space. They're obviously like Google's getting into it, Microsoft's getting into it.
Is going to show us something because they've been talking big game about how much they've been spending money and time on this thing for years.
Yeah.
Years.
We know that Nintendo is looking into it.
They thought about
they did it with Resident Evil and
PlayStation now like is kind of usable.
Yeah. So
and at least
Sony has a little
service like they got smart. They let you download games if you're ever offline.
Yeah, Sony has a little bit of it. Nintendo
like everyone there's like streaming is going to be at least no matter how you feel about it, including me, which I'm like, oh man, we're owning games less and less, and it freaks me out.
Yep.
It really freaks me out.
Too bad.
In a personal level.
Yeah.
It is going to be part of general how games work in some fashion.
Yes.
Some fashion.
This is the next generation.
That's how it's going to be.
Yes.
Like I will die before I play a fighting game on a streaming service.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Fuck that. Yeah. 3 extra frames of lag is too much.
For anything competitive.
Well, especially fighting games.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. That's why I will never consider paying for online for Smash online because it's terrible because the frame rate shit's so bad.
Yeah.
Other things like sure, whatever. But like fuck playing fighting games on Wi-Fi. Especially on fucking Nintendo's online service.
Yeah. So
PSA, if you play fighting games online, stop using a fucking Wi-Fi signal. Use landline, motherfucker.
Even then, don't.
Land with a game that has good online is almost unnoticeable.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like an extra 2-3 frames, but whatever. Yeah. You get used to that. Mm-hmm. But stop playing fighting games on Wi-Fi. God damn it.
Yeah. Okay. So
ruin it for everybody.
So back to the Apple thing, like. If Apple really wanted to compete, and if this is what they're going to do is lock it only to Apple devices, then they're doing the other Apple thing that Apple likes to do, where
just enhance what you already have.
It's the exclusivity thing about Apple. It's like, oh, we have such this cool thing, and it's Apple, and you know it's cool because it's Apple, so use Apple.
You know one way I can think of like marketing
this? It doesn't work anymore. The problem with that, it doesn't work anymore. Sony is starting to finally fucking learn from this.
Well, they've still been up their ass.
They're still up their ass.
They're still doing dumb shit.
They're still doing dumb stuff, but they're starting to realize that, like, maybe people don't care about names anymore as much as they used to.
They like good services and not having things taken away from them because someone said no for no reason at all.
Yeah,
like they've been doing like weird censorship or like removal of certain things from Japanese games coming to the West.
Yeah, something that's really weird. I don't understand that.
That stuff is like just kind of confusing. And then the whole Fortnite thing and them not playing nice with Nintendo and Microsoft for crossplay in general. They've been fucking weird with it. But maybe a good way to... Okay, can you use Apple Music on devices that are not Apple?
Sorry, that was weird. I'm sorry, what was you saying?
Can you use Apple Music, the paid for service?
You can do that. Yeah.
How many devices can you use it on? Can you use it on smart TVs?
I don't know. I know you can use it on Android phones.
Android phones. You can
I believe you can use them like, I think there's a Windows app for it at this point. Can I think this goes through iTunes?
You can just do a browser?
No. I think you have to have iTunes installed to do it.
Because maybe a way to market it is like, because if it was through browser, I could think of like, hey, maybe if you pay for a subscription to Apple Music, you get to try this out.
Oh, yeah,
on anything, but that's only if it's only on Apple for now.
Yeah, that won't work. Not with this.
Because it would be like, because the way the Google Stadia thing is going to get into people's hands is because you already have a Google account.
Yeah,
you already do.
Mm-hmm.
You have one.
Yeah,
so you can just look at it if you want to. But Apple, it's a little different.
I think it's just Apple doing the "we are Apple, therefore we win." Just assuming that they're better. That's the thing about what Apple does really well is they assume they're the best, and people just believe it.
And sometimes when it is true, it works. Yeah. And even if it's not true, it works. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it still works.
People believe it.
Yeah, you go to look at an iPhone. It's Apple doesn't even have
the amount of fights people still get into over Apple versus Android.
It's so dumb.
Is absurd and kind of gross.
Yeah,
but it means it worked.
Yeah,
like people get fair.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, look at how
I joked about the Snapchat camera thing. People get venomous about that shit because there is a actual real answer, but people don't care. Even on the truth is, Android's camera and Android cameras in general are better. For the high-end ones, right? That's just the fact. On very high-end Android phones.
It's hard to... Here's the thing. It's hard
not Snapchat, just the base camera.
It depends on the phone.
On certain Android phones, they're better, but whatever. People don't give a shit about like the actual specs of the cameras. They don't. No. They just don't.
They care about the usage of it.
It looks better on Snapchat.
No,
it doesn't. That doesn't matter. That was somewhat true at one point. That is all that people care about. The argument, and will argue to the death for.
No, the argument. Here's the thing: is
people don't know about technology. The casual people.
The camera app on the iPhone works faster than any other camera app on an Android.
Yes,
and therefore
people don't know
that
either. They just go. All people think about and know is it worked better at some point for Snapchat integration.
Faster, yeah,
that's all they care about.
Yeah.
Even if the objective truth is like, well, it's actually because of this.
Well,
and
remember,
even then,
remember
on
this
modern
also.
Day, like if you there's facts that me and you both know, but that doesn't matter.
No,
because at one point it was somewhat true. Like I said, with Apple saying we're better.
Yeah,
that has caused a fight that will last forever.
Well, the way to show the way I can prove that you're better, that we're better, therefore we win thing is the way Apple markets iPhones.
Yes,
because they don't really market iPhones that much.
They go, we have a new one, buy it, bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
People do. That's it.
That's all you have to say.
And they do the Nike thing. They do the here's the thing. Just, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's Apple's confidence in their advertising. This is this basic advertisement. Like go to like an advertisement class.
Like they only have ads for their phones when they have a deal with a carrier.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Or inside of a phone store.
Yeah, you'll see some.
Which doesn't matter. It's just there for like to show off that hey, Apple exists. We have the money, bitches.
If they have a new feature, they'll do like a 15-second ad before a YouTube video every once in a while.
Hey, check out our sick ass camera, or
check out our new emojis, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they don't do very much ad. Like they'll do giant billboards in Hollywood or something.
But it's just the Apple logo.
And it's just the Apple logo or something, or it's just a picture of an iPhone
of a person holding an iPhone. Like it's nothing. Like
it's nothing.
Here are the specs, or like no, it's just iPhone's out. Remember, iPhone exists. Go buy it.
Because what Apple relies on is the confidence of their advertising, and that's enough.
And the strength of their logo and just their history.
Yeah.
And that's enough for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking that's what they're betting. I think that's what they're going to bet on for this. Mm-hmm. The problem is the people who would use something like this are not Apple users.
Not generally.
People
who play games on a computer, mostly play on Windows devices.
Yeah. No one. Yeah,
some of them sure might have.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even that. Think about the user. Think about the person who gets excited over streaming games. None of them have iPhones. None of them. They don't have iPhones. The idea of streaming a game and being excited over like, oh my god, I don't even have to have it. I can just stream it. Those are people who have Androids and Windows shit because they like the customizability. They like tech. They like stuff like that. They don't use iPhones.
Well, they would ask the question of, well, what would we need to do it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because they ask that question, it's just like a general more interest in it.
Yeah, and people who ask those kind of questions don't have iPhones.
Users, yeah.
And so I don't understand. I don't know. This is such a weird market for Apple to tap into. It's funny
because both of these products are meant to take the thought out of playing games.
Mm-hmm.
But one is geared towards people who like to think about games too much.
Which is probably how Apple's going to have to market it. Of just like, look how easy it is to play games. Yeah, we do it for you because we're Apple.
That's what Stadia was trying to do, but also
easy.
like a bunch of fluff.
Yeah.
But they're also trying to do the same thing of like, we make it convenient.
Yeah.
But I know both those companies because mobile games
Oh yeah.
And mobile games are bad.
Yes.
99.9% of the time.
Yes.
So they had to sell me on people.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, they didn't show me what they were making yet.
Nope.
Google did that a bit more.
Well, Google's just using actual games.
Well, they're showing actual developers and having them come out and going, we're working on this, or showing ports like they were showing, hey, Doom Eternal will be on Google Stadia.
Yeah.
And will run well. And the guy from Bethesda went, no, it will run well. Trust us. We're id Software. We know what we're talking about. Well, you follow games and technology. You know the history of id.
Yes.
They don't lie about what they... Well, Rage wasn't a lie. It was just, we want to make it run on normal humans' computers. So we had to downgrade it on PC a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Rage was insane looking at the time when they showed it off. Because it is for power people. Because it was made...
It is for people who like Linux.
This is a company founded by power people.
It is a company of people who like Linux.
I'd love to see we coded Doom Eternal on Linux.
Yeah,
and
probably.
port it to Windows later like maniacs now. There's no way.
I know, but you know what I mean.
There's no way Bethesda will let them get away with it.
It's those kinds of mindsets.
Like they understand. So that's how they showed a show of faith of hey, people from Bethesda Softworks, mainly id, who know technology, trust the software.
Yeah.
So trust us.
Mm-hmm.
But Google didn't really have that. They just had a couple names.
Nope.
And go, hey, we're Apple.
All right. Well, it's been 70 minutes. So hopefully the Apple... I'll say, to end on this real quick is I'm glad Apple's getting into it because, again, more competition is good because this is new. This is a completely new landscape of video games that we're getting into is the streaming thing. And we're going to need competition to make it good. Yeah. And so...
Or to see it all fall flat like motion controls.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? It could fall flat.
Because I always thought motion controls were a bad idea because they were a side grade to gaming and getting into it, not an upgrade.
Yeah.
But streaming in a lot of ways is an objective upgrade.
In a lot of ways. If it works, it's an objective upgrade.
If it works like it's supposed to, which, like I joked about when the Google Stadia stream happened, the stream for just to show off the Google Stadia shit glitched.
Yeah.
So that's not perfect. In a perfect situation, it is an objective upgrade for most people who play games.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It seems interesting.
I'm scared, but I'm excited, but I'm scared. There's a weird feeling in my stomach of I don't own anything anymore in the cyberpunk future.
Mm-hmm.
They own me.
PP hard but confused.